This is the Ministry of Health's Week in Review. Here are the highlights from this past week. On May 3rd, Minister of Health, Honorable Dr. Frank Anthony, attended the Pan-Caribbean Partnership Against HIV/AIDS (PANCAP) Certificate Award Ceremony held for 45 healthcare workers. These healthcare professionals completed several cohorts of courses in project management, policy management and advocacy for global health, economic evaluation in global health, fundamentals of implementation science, leadership and management in health, monitoring and evaluation through the University of Washington. During his feature address, Minister Anthony congratulated the graduates and emphasized the need for continuous learning to enhance patient care service at health facilities across Guyana.
I think for us in the health sector, it is quite important for us to be constantly learning. We are part of an organization, but the kinds of services that we do, if we don't keep ourselves updated constantly, then we can have problems. So most of you who are in clinical medicine, you would know that if you're not constantly reading, that very quickly you'll be outdated and you'll be practicing very old medicine, things that might not be very relevant to your patient. So we have spent a lot of time and we have focused a lot of energy on making sure that clinical practice has been upgraded. And we do so by entrenching in our laws that persons who are doctors or nurses, they have to complete CMEs. And that has been working. For doctors, I think most people are completing them because if you don't get registered. So I think that coercive element has worked quite well.
Meanwhile, Charge d'Affaires of the United States Embassy, Ms. Adrienne Galak, highlighted that the USAID have thus far invested $189 million in Guyana since 2004 to support HIV prevention, testing, care, and treatment services. On Tuesday, Dr. Anthony, accompanied by the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Narain Singh, and the Permanent Secretary, Mr. Malcolm Watkins, attended a Nurses Appreciation and Award ceremony in observation of International Nurses Week 2024. Under the theme, Our Nurses, Our Future, the Economic Power of Care. This ceremony, held by the Nurses and Midwives Council, aimed to recognize the exceptional service of 11 registered nurses and registered midwives from across Guyana, each spanning over 30 years of dedicated service. Several nurses were honored for their long-standing contributions to education, practice, and retirement. Minister Anthony, while delivering the featured address, had this to say.
We also have to find time to learn. I think very often we start out, we get trained, we get into the ward, we start practicing, we have various competing challenges, and one of the things that become the casualty of not getting enough time is that we stop reading and we stop learning. And I hope that we can change that. Because in medicine, it is constantly changing. And what you learned 5 years ago is completely changed. What you learned 10 years ago, not going to work. And therefore, we have to constantly learn. And I would really like to see, because most of you who are here, you're leaders in nursing. I would really like to see that we start finding ways and means in which we can share knowledge.
Meanwhile, on the following day, Ministry of Health's Department of Nurses and Midwifery hosted an awards ceremony to honor 43 healthcare professionals for their remarkable performance and contribution to the healthcare in Guyana. The minister acknowledged and extended appreciation to all nurses and midwives for their efforts and dedication. He said that the ministry is actively working on training more nurses to enhance the quality and speed service delivery.
Apart from where you work and the changes that are happening in your environment, that we are also working to get more people trained. And this year, we have about 800 persons going through the nursing assistance program. And we have close to 1,200 people in the registered nursing program. So once they complete, there'll be quite a number of persons who will be joining the ranks of nursing. And that's important because as we expand the health sector, we'll need many more people to be able to provide care.
Meanwhile, Dr. Narayan Singh, who was also present at this event, emphasized the ministry's dependency on nurses and healthcare professionals to achieve its overall goals. Furthermore, Mrs. Nalini Das Sutton, the Chief Nursing Officer (CNO), highlighted the significance of continued professional development in nursing and the need to stay up to date with the latest medical research, techniques, and technologies for improving patient care. As we wrap up this week's review, we wish to extend Happy International Nurses Day to all our nurses, and to all our mothers, best wishes this Mother's Day.